Derrick Henry starts at running back, and on 1st and 10, it's play action. Tannehill in trouble, and down he goes. Tannehill, pressure coming, takes a big hit, and incomplete. 3%, it's 3rd and 4. Wentz fires, and it is incomplete. Hard line. Tannehill throwing on 1st down, high pass, that one is caught. Henry. Nice second effort and spinning forward for the 1st down. And Tannehill telling us playing with the same focus in the second half that we do in the first half. Trying to set up the screen to Henry, and he's got some room. Derrick Henry with a 1st down inside the 20 and bulldozes his way. They fake it one way, go the other way to Hilliard. Inside the 10, 5, touchdown! Dontrell Hilliard. Beautiful play design, and the Titans take a 6-0 lead. In remission. Wentz throwing deep on 1st down. He's got a man down there in Samuel, and he makes the catch. And not down on the field. 2nd and 10 over the middle. That pass is caught. 3rd down and 8. Washington 0 for 2 on 3rd down. Bad snap. And Wentz is able to fall on it. Comes out to attempt a field goal from 50 yards away. And Sly knocks it through. Tannehill in trouble again, and down he goes. Montez Sweat is having a day. Play fake. Wentz taking a deep shot down the middle of the field for Brown. He's got it! De'Ami Brown! Touchdown! His 1st NFL touchdown. A 75-yard strike. Here's Henry again. Nice moves for Derrick Henry. 1st down yardage and still going. Back-to-back penalties against Tennessee. They run it with Hilliard and not much doing.
So tough when I played.
3rd and a mile for Tennessee. Tannehill in trouble, and down he goes. It was Daron Payne who finished him off. Jonathan Allen started it.
Ability to last the entire game.
2nd down and 5. Wentz over the middle, and that pass is caught by McLaurin. Breaking tackles. 1st down, and still going. Wentz. Incomplete. Inside 5 minutes to go in the 1st half. Henry. Reverses field. Henry. Great move at the 40. And another Tennessee first. Hollister in motion on 2nd and 10. Quick pass and wide open is Robert Woods. Back to Henry. Trying the right side. He's got a 1st down. In this area. We'll see if they use a bread and butter play here. On 2nd and goal. Tannehill looking for Henry. Stretches out. And Tannehill. Henry right up the middle. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry now has a rushing touchdown in 4 consecutive games, and the Titans regain the lead. Wentz to the air on 1st down. Deep shot down the middle. McLaurin is down there, and it's broken up. Did he hold on? Yes, he did.
This early in the season, empty backfield, so this is definitely a pass.
J.D. McKissick at the bottom of your screen. Wentz looking left, throwing on 3rd down, way too high. Tannehill screen to Hilliard. Hilliard wrapped up, pushed back, and the Washington defense is all charged up.
And there's timing at running back.
They go back to him here. Trying to get to the outside. Wentz throws a block that Robinson uses. Wentz with time. That pass may have been deflected out. They're going for it. Wentz. Pass is deflected and in. Tannehill under pressure, and down he goes. gotten much going in the run game today, so they get Gibson, the running back, involved in the pass game there. Back to the air here. Right back to Gibson.
20, set.
Wentz, wide open, John Bates, and the tight end takes it to the
can get in that direction and come out of center field and go in that direction to cover off.
2nd and 7. Wentz taking a deep shot, and it is caught! Brown again! What a catch by De'Ami Brown! His 2nd touchdown of the day! They pick it up, 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard run from Henry. Play action. Tannehill pump fakes, in trouble, trying to go down the field. It's short. Westbrook-Akine makes the adjustment, and a big play for Tennessee. A 62-yard pickup. Tannehill to Nick Westbrook-Akine. Henry leaps, and he's in. Touchdown, Tennessee. 2nd rushing touchdown today for Derrick Henry.
Carson Wentz right now.
3rd down and 13. Wentz in trouble, and down he goes to Nico Autry, who was questionable to return with a back injury. Well, he's back in there, and he's got his 4th sack of the year.
That time, took a nice little easy gain on 1st down.
Pitch to Henry running right. Henry. Tennessee 1 for 2 on 4th downs this season. Henry, and he's got it. Tannehill, pressure coming, and he cannot escape. James Smith-Williams with the sack. McKissick, the running back, on 1st and 15. Wentz in trouble, and he is sacked.
Maybe here's your matchup at the...
Wentz, quick pass. It's caught by McKissick, and he's going to be short of a 1st down. McCreary makes another tackle, and it's 4th down, and out comes the punt unit. Tannehill rolling right. He's going to tuck it and run it, and he's not going to get there. 0 for 8 on 3rd down today are the Commanders. 3rd and 1. Wentz looking for Sims, and did he hold on? No, incomplete. Right in front of the Washington sideline, so they got a good look at it. Sims in motion, and they've got the 1st down.
Number 39, Terrence Mitchell, had a tough time against Las Vegas on some deep balls.
Wentz, he's got an open Samuel with a 1st down.
And figure out, where does Terrence Matthews, number 39, go?
2nd down and 10. Quick pass caught by McLaurin, trying to shake a tackler, and he does. And he gets the 1st. Wentz under pressure, flicks it to McKissick, who makes the catch and is down inside the 25.
In the dose formation.
Wentz throws right, he's got a man, and he's got a 1st down. No timeouts for Washington. Wentz, quick pass, and it's intercepted! David Long with the interception, and he's finally brought down near midfield. Carson Wentz intercepted as time expires, and the Titans win 21-17.